Okay, hello, it's Logan Richards again, this time bringing you Olaf top lane. He's a power pick right now that I think goes very uncontested. Low pick rate, I think 0% ban rate. He is a powerhouse in top lane. He is definitely someone to pick up because he can destroy a lot of the top lane matchups that are at least foreseen to come into play, like the Aurelia one, Maokai, and just he's generally a frontline tank that can one shot carries and ignore CC. So he does what he does. Right, Olaf's level 1 is probably one of the best in the game. You literally just throw Q and auto attack and pop your corrupting potion and all that. And as you can see, just doing that exactly. You want to space them out exactly like that, though. You all right? So basically, what you saw me do, if you're paying attention, is I prepped two minions to die to a Q, and then right as I killed both of them with that Q, I made sure to hit him with it too. And then if they ever TP back, you do exactly this. You just do like all right. So they're teleporting, so you know where they're gonna be, and you can see when they're about to be there. So right there, that's how you kill. Well, you at least go for a second kill on someone. But yeah, level 1 Olaf aggression. You start off by trying to get as many of their minions dead as possible, so that you have a minion build up. So like I killed two of his, so he was at 4, and then I was at 5. And then so you started off with your Q, and then you pop corrupting potion in that moment. And then you auto attack and Q, and then do it in that order. You don't ever do too many of one of each side. Like if you can get two autos in before you need to Q again, then that's perfectly fine. But don't go for two Qs without an auto attack. It's inefficient, and his mana pool is really 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 low. So you have to be very very good with it because you can easily just not get a kill because you just run out of mana. So be spot on with your things. Always throw your axe's really short length. Don't go the farthest length because if you throw it too far, then you're gonna have to run. So they can see where your axe is just as well as you can. So if you throw it too far, like right there, I have to run all the way past the whole fight and everything just to pick up that axe. Now, luckily, Volibear didn't go for a gank or anything. Warding behind me just in case I get pushed on a turret and then they want to dive me. That's general top lane tip. You always want to ward when you're being pushed in, especially when you're low. My jungler happens to die to Gromp. It happens. It doesn't like it shouldn't happen, but it still does. It's whatever. All right, so yeah, that's basically Olaf. He's really good at level 1 against Maokai and Aurelia, two top laners that are definitely coming back into play. So definitely look into him. Like everyone already knows what Olaf does. He's perma slow with as long as you're hitting Qs. Uh, really good early game wave clear. Like he doesn't even need items. Like if you see my items right now, I only have a ruby crystal, but I can almost throw two axes and kill a whole wave. And you're seeing it. So like right here again, level 5, 3 points in Q, leveling up Q first just for uh, damage and whatnot. With Olaf, you can, if you're losing to a tank, you can max E first. It is the better decision to do so. Um, but this game, I felt since I was snowballing and it's Maokai, like, the thing is, Maokai can't run away from me other than actually running away. Like, he has no movement ability. So just sticking to him is that much easier. So I don't actually need the extra E damage because what E damage I'm not doing, I'm making up for it in the perma-slow Q. So yeah, max E in tank matchups where you just can't get some damage in, but if you don't need the extra damage, then always max Q. So yeah, Olaf's he's one of the funnest characters in the game. He is a character that teaches you to never give up in a 1v1 because his passive gives you more attack speed the lower health you are, and then your W gives you increased spellbound and lifesteal. So just with that in general, right? So you're going to be healing more because you're going to be attacking more. So you should never give up in a 1v1 because you're going to pull off some random stuff because you're going to be so low health, but you're going to be healing for so much that you're not really going to die. And that's this game is one that It's fairly one-sided, but it's not one-sided because every lane wins. It's because of me. Well, not only me, but generally I do have a big impact, and that's the point. Missed this, yes, because I'm bad. Trying to watch my mini map. Missed that one because unlucky. Right there, Kazakh's ganks. Maokai's not really in lane. I don't know if he's going to roam or not, so if you read the minion line right now, mine are going to attack his 3 first, so I just start pushing it anyway. Right there, doing exactly what I did level 1, killing 2 minions with my Q and then going in for a trade. But he backed off for it, so, I mean, that's fine. Because the more I can push this wave, since it's already hugely stacked, I don't want him to CS anything freely with just spamming sapling and Q and whatnot. So, yeah, just, solidly pushing that. If you saw him, I forgot to say it. I was thinking during the game though, as I was watching his inventory when the moment he TP'd back. So if you want to go back to the moment he TP's back, he has a pink ward. So I knew that his pink ward would be there because I summed that up in the Yasuo video. Is like that tri bush is the red side's pink ward bush. So knowing generally where he's gonna put it, because where else would he put it? Nowhere. And if it's out of his inventory, then it has to be placed. So right there, I know that he had put the vision down there. So I had to choose my timing to go in and clean up the vision strategically because the Volibear was around there. But it's because I honestly just took a gamble with it. I had no vision of Volibear, but just I knew that his vision was there and to ward over the wall, and that's what my ward over the wall was for, is to make sure that Volibear wasn't there, even though he obviously could be. Alright, so right here it's a 3v4, I TP'd bot lane, Maokai followed up because I ran backwards, he knew I'd be there. Right here we're doing really good kiting, and Callista heals me, so that's great. I get a good Q on both of the carries so that neither of us die, and Sion kills himself. That works out great for us, and then, so like right here, I'm already 1-0-2, and no one has died bot lane yet. Alistar actually lives, that's crazy. And then we have our mid lane Teemo. I don't know about that one, but it's working. This happens, and then look at that. That's a 1-for-4 straight out of nowhere. And yeah, that's kind of how this game kind of starts. It's like, before 9 minutes, I have 5 kill participation. Huge. I already have 2 Black Cleaver components. The only thing I could have asked for to do better was to make top lane push to me. This is actually a bad spot for me because now he just gets to soak all that experience, and like I could have built a better lead if I would have paid attention to that beforehand. But again, I'm only around diamond, not gonna do everything perfectly, but everything still worked out, and that's what matters. So right here, I'm almost level 8. So I know that I can go aggressive. So if I hit a Q, I just go straight in for his face. Right here, he goes to try and trade back some damage, but Olaf really doesn't let that happen. Like, you either have to all in or don't fight with Olaf because, like, alright, see, he W's onto me out from under his turret, so he's just dead. That's Olaf as a champion. You cannot be CC'd and you have a perma slow. There is nothing a lot of champions without mobility can do, and that's why I definitely want people to start picking up Olaf. I swear to you, will just carry you through anything. There's a Olaf one trick pony in Masters. He got it in a few games. I'll link the Masteries and Runes for Olaf in the description, so all that's taken care of, so you can just jump right into him. So yeah, that's basically all that you need to really know about Olaf on a general basis. Like, just know his passive gives you more attack speed, his Q's are perma-slow as long as you pick up the axes. It's on a 6.6 second cooldown when you take 5% cooldown reduction. His W gives you spell vamp and lifesteal. His E is a true damage targeted ability that will have its cooldown reduced by every auto attack that you do by 1. And his ultimate reduces your armor and MR, but gives you CC reduction. So generally, just run to whoever you want to kill the moment you pop it. That's everyone already knows that about Olaf. Everyone's played with an Olaf. Everyone knows what he does. But this is just generally some top lane things. As again, watched his inventory and knew what he was doing, making sure Volibear's not around the side. That second ward, the one that's to the right of me, is definitely one of the ones that'll save your life the most. Because if I get caught in their CC chain without my ult, I am dead. Alright, so right now you're seeing me 303, pretty huge. So this is where a lot of people get impatient, and I do also get impatient, and that's like one of my problems. Is like, look, that's like your basic bread and butter. Olaf melee versus melee damage under turret is you E them first and auto if you can, and then throw a Q as you're running away. And that's like really good damage. It helps you set up dives and whatnot. Like if I were to do it again and then go in for this dive, I wouldn't die. But I just see him come out from under his turret and go again. But I took a lot of damage and I didn't have the Q reset and he had flash over me. So like that was poor decision on my part. But um, generally I think I don't hold me to this. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's something I feel. I feel like if I dive you and make you miss farm while I'm already ahead in farm, then it's worth it just because I'm keeping someone lower than me. So if we're both losing out, right? So like I I lose farm, but he loses farm. I'm already ahead, so it just seems like keeping my advantage. Because Malachi will get to a point where I can't kill him, so you generally just reducing the amount of time that he gets to an unkillable stage is like kind of what's good for me. That's the point in snowballing. So yeah, this game happened pretty fast, but um, it's what you gotta do with Olaf. You make things happen really quick. Like you get first bloods at level 1 and 2 every lane that anyone disrespects you. So honestly, get really good at that. Like I'd say go into it with a friend, but I mean, not all of us have friends, honestly. But in general, just remember when you're throwing your cues, always throw them really short distance. Always like, all right. So like the way to weigh the decision making when throwing your cue is always make sure it hits, obviously, and then make sure you throw it as least amount of distance travel as possible because you want to get it as fast as possible to continue to spam it. Like right here's another good one is like he's on a bigger power spike than me right now, having Sunfire, and I don't have my Black Cleaver in item right now. But that's just a top lane thing. Is like you want to get them as low as possible before you back, and that's just being really good. Now, if you're a greedy player like myself, you see me staying even if he can kill me. But that's just because this is why Olaf's a good champion. Is you have long range wave clear, spammable, and it's you get your wave clear really early, and that's what some top laners lack is they don't get their wave clear until they get like a Tiamat or something. But you get it, the moment you 3 points in Q, and you can just two shot a wave. And I think it's like no, I don't think it is 60 mana, so that's 120 mana for the whole wave of minions. And although he has like a really, I mean, his just mana pool isn't that great. There you go, you have it. Again, this is watching bot lane. Bot lane, always your top laners look to a place to go. Um, right now, I'm trying to get level 11 before the ult went off, but it went off too early just because I didn't get to it in time. So right here, you're going to see the ultimate bait because I see I'm level 11 and none of them are anything, and I have team mushrooms. So right there, you're going to do that. You're going to flash into this bush. That's to completely get rid of the vision so Sion didn't hit me with one last auto attack before I did. I think it actually worked like that. I'm not for sure. And then this is just your regular I don't want to die combo. So you want to throw it at him, walk backwards, and then E. That's how you do your safe amount of damage without much trade back because they're already slowed. So you're going to outrun them while running backwards and then you're going to get your free E off. So that's exactly what I did there because that gave him the chance to, auto me or whatever, Sunfire, anything, up close, I could have died. And that's obviously not what you want. So right there, this game happened again really fast. Like you gotta be aggressive early. That's Olaf's best quality is he just pulls level 1 perma slow kills obnoxiously, and it's like it's generally a good way to win your solo queue games because tilting a top laner is the most easy thing in the game, but instead of camping them, you just suicide, not even suicide, you just completely destroy them. So, like, I take it as a better idea than, like, dealing with the jungler and then having him camp your lane or, like, anything like that because this is all in your back and it makes you a better player. Like, the more games that you play and you're getting obnoxiously fed, you actually learn to position that way, and you'll learn that and you can apply that to other champions. Like, I know when I play Olaf, it's much like playing Fiora, even though they seem fairly different. Just the way that he plays is really close to how I play Fiora, so it's really applicable because you can just apply it to both situations, and they feel the same to me. So when practicing one, you're basically practicing the other to me, or whoever feels the same like Olaf to you. So that's why Olaf is really good, just because you can apply a lot of things that you do with Olaf to everyone else. Like, I can tell you, I do have a top lane only Smurf, and with it, I get a lot of my advantages at level 1 because I'm really aggressive at level 1. But who did I learn to be aggressive at level 1 with? And it's clear as day, Olaf. Like, Olaf is your level 1 aggression champion. So if you can pull it off with him, effectively, then you can apply that to every other champion. And like Darius, for instance, he's the level 1 take W, walk into the bush and walk up, auto them 5 times. With Corrupting Potion, same thing as Olaf. You do Grasp the Undying on Darius, which is better. I do like Grasp the Undying on Olaf, but again, the Olaf One Trick Pony recommends Thunderlords, so I say go Thunderlords. And this is again Olaf. Like, you can't really kill him. Like, I'm already doing more damage than anyone in this game. I'm tankier than anyone else in this game, and I have good farm. So, well, not even good farm. I'm down 50 from where I should be, but it just works out. And like, you just get to a point where you can't really be killed by even ganks like that. Like, I did not play that right. I didn't dodge the Lux ult by any means. I didn't do anything other than kill the Maokai that W'd onto me. But you can't kill full tank Olaf. He's a juggernaut basically. Like, he wasn't in the patch. He didn't get any secret buff. Nothing like that happened. He's just been a really solid champion that I feel is going to be a really good meta counter pick. So that's why I'm releasing this video, is because I've been playing a lot of Olaf because he's around high plat, low diamond. At this point, I almost play him every game that I'm top lane because he's a really easy way to just free win games, and this is a prime example of one. Is like, even if I didn't get both of those TP bot lanes, I would have just destroyed Maokai to a point of non-existence, and then I would have ran at that vein like nothing else happens in this day, and then that's it. So Maokai's at a point where he doesn't really die that easily, but that's where I just alright, so this is where you gotta start focusing on objectives and roaming. Once you can't easily kill your opponent, that's where you start going straight for objectives. Objectives and roaming. That's your only 2 things that you can do. Or roaming for objectives, or whatever way you want to put it. Those are your really only 2 good options. So right here, playing pretty bad, but again, he gets disrespectful, and I go to kill him, but he had flash over me. I honestly didn't factor in that I had flash because of when I look at my summoner spells at the start of fights, not really during them, so I couldn't gauge that. That was my bad. I might have been able to get away, might have not. Bully Bear is a pretty fast champion, but even so, just having both summoners for a gank, that'd be cool too. So it works out, no big deal. Only 2 deaths. Again, like, just Olaf's a great champion right now, and that's all you're gonna see. Is you're gonna see me completely destroy everything, and Olaf is a berserker. Like, he just doesn't care. That's basically a pretty good rundown on Olaf as a champion. All right, and then so some good good Olaf tips is know that you do Baron really fast, and you're the one tanking it, so you don't even leave that up to anyone else. So you're also the damage and the tank for Baron. So it's like you're Olaf's just the backpack champion. I can't explain it any better than that. Is he's really good for solo queue. He's just really strong. He's a tilting champion, which if you play around that, then there you go. That's an easy way to get the opponent tilted and yelling at his jungler for ganks. And then when he does gank, you kill them both. Or also denying, you can freeze waves with Olaf because he can just. So if this is something that I couldn't really capture in this game because aggressive and just like pushing to get advantages, kill towers and whatnot. But as Olaf, you can afford to tank not turret shots, minion aggro when you're trying to freeze a wave, because one, you have your W, so you can just start autoing, kill stuff. Oh, there you go. You're already CSing. You can go back to full health. And then second of all, you already start corrupting potion, so there's a good, more than 300 sustain. In this game particularly, they don't care about me, and if people aren't gonna care about you and you're already fed, then that's even better. Because like right there, I picked up 2 turrets, and now I'm gonna run at their face and kill them. And that's Olaf. Like, all right, so like if you're thinking of it right now, what are they gonna do to stop me? What can they do in this situation when I hit ult? What's stopping me from killing at least 2 of them? And the answer to that is nothing at all. There's nothing that's going to stop me from killing everything right here. And I'm going to run straight at the lowest health. Alright, there's the first one out of the way, and here's the actual one that I wanted to kill. Flashes away. Oops, she hit the Q on me. Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, just kill 2 of them. That's as much as it takes. To stop Olaf, not much that you can do. Right here, I thought I just actually had Callista, and well, I mean, she must have been pushing or like doing something else. So I started spamming flash because you can just flash and kill him. But she decided to play it out. That's up to her. Obviously, I can't actually make her flash, but it works out in the end. But like in general, I got a 2-for-1 and 2 turrets, so it was worth by all means. So yeah, definitely play the split push game with Olaf, because even if your team gets engaged on and loses the fight, right? Like, my team lost the fight, Kha'Zix got caught and died, and I still made something happen out of it because no CC matters, and that's it. Like, I can't explain it any more blatant than what it is. Like, Olaf doesn't care about CC, he's tanky and he does damage, and that's Olaf as a champion, so definitely pick him up. Like, as you can see, this, like, that level 1 kill can sure, like, oh, you can think it's a fluke, but if you think that's a fluke, then you just don't play Olaf, and that's, like, what I'm trying to get you to do right now, is to just play Olaf. Because I can tell you, if you want to just start climbing solo queue from top lane, just pick up Olaf, counter those Aurelia and Maokai picks by killing them at level 1 every time, and if they ever pick Aurelia, just know that she'll never have a chance ever in the game ever. And if they pick Maokai, once he gets Sunfire, he's harder to kill, but he isn't impossible to kill. And right here, gonna stand in the middle of the team fight, kill things, spam Qs. Like, that's it. This now I'm stuck on to Maokai. He literally can't go anywhere else now because I'm on him like bread and butter, whatever you want to call it. Like, he just literally can't go anywhere unless I decide not to, which, like, generally right there, I'm like really trying to get my team to go for Baron, and look at this, we get Baron. And that's it. Like, and even look, I'm at 1k health. Most people don't want to tank Baron when they're less so health. And watch, I do not take much. Like, I take damage, but it's not enough to stop me from tanking it almost completely. Because, like, right there, Kha'Zix takes 2 hits. Then I start tanking again. I'm not taking any damage, and then we just get Baron. Like, this is just Olaf as a champion, and this will happen every game that you're even with him. So just start picking up Olaf. Definitely send them to your top lane friends that are trash, or Olaf friends that are trash. I hope I made you or your friends better. Good luck.